Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Mennings. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing part 7 of the Extensive Beginner's Guide. And today we're going to be doing mining. So we hope you like this video, guys. If you do like this video, don't forget to take that punch and tickle the like button for us. It really does help us out. And don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe notification for more videos as we drop them. This is part 7 of the guide, and so go and check out the other ones in the playlist. It really will help us out if you go and watch out the other videos as well. We covered basics of starting the game, and then first missions, and then hauling, making money in prison and stuff like that. So part 7, we're going on to mining. So yeah, we hope you like this one, guys, and also check out the description for membership to the YouTube channel, as well as the Discord links and stuff like that, and come meet people in your area and just have fun when we go live on Twitch and YouTube. So yeah, so we hope you like this one, guys. So let's get into this. So I'm over at Everest Harbour. I've landed on a pad, and what we're going to do today, we're going to be doing mining. So there's 3 types of mining we can do. There's hand mining, there's rock mining in a buggy, and there's mining with a ship, with a prospector. So I'm going to cover all 3 of them today. Now, I'm not going to go massively in depth with them. I'm just going to show you the basics and how to get there and do the things you need to do, and maybe have a floating burrito. And what I'm going to do is just go through the basics of what I know, and then from there I'll link stuff in the description for learning more. So what we need to do today, we're going to be doing, first of all, we're going to be doing hand mining. That's the easiest one, and probably the safest one as well, so because you're not going to get jacked from pirates. So what we need to do is we need to buy the gear first. So for hand mining, we're going to need to buy a multi-tool and a mining bit for it, as well as a backpack and stuff like that we need. So what we're going to do is we're going to head down to the cargo center. God knows what's been going on down here. So let's go and pick up these bits that we need, and then we'll go forward from there. So what we need is we need a big suit, heavy suit with heavy backpack, with a big backpack. We don't want a small backpack. So what we need to do is pick up the big backpack, which I think is that one. Let me just check it. We'll check it in a sec. We'll go over to the machine and buy and have a look. So let's have a look. Heavy backpack, that's the one we want. And then we want the exploration suit. So we're probably going to spend a bit of money on this exploration suit here. So we'll look at the temperatures here. So this is good for minus 225 and 75. Which is really good in cold weather, but okay in normal weather. So we'll buy the reason we need to buy the big suit is so we can have the big backpack. So we'll buy this suit. Okay, that. We'll buy the helmet. Buy that. And then we'll buy the big backpack. Okay, and then what we can do from here is we can buy the tools we need, or we can just go and buy them off the shelf. So let's just put this on for starters. So I don't need that. I'm going to keep my shades on because I'm cool. We're going to put on the big suit, we're going to put on the helmet, and we're going to put on the backpack. So we're all ready for mining now. And if you want and have here a gun, you can stick a gun on your back just for your own protection. But with hand mining, I found you don't really get disturbed that much, or at all. So we're going to need to buy the multi-tool as well, which is 400. So let's buy that. We'll confirm that purchase. Exit. And then we'll also need the mining attachment here as well. So let's buy that. And confirm the purchase. Okay, grab that. And then what we've got there is the Oxytorch cutter. So we've got that. So let's go and head down and pick up the other multi-tool we need. Okay, so let's head over to the clinic. Let's just grab some medical supplies just in case we need it. So head over to the pharmacy. Let's pick up some bits we need. So what I'm going to do is pick up a couple of med pens. So let's grab like 4 of those or whatever, 5 of those, buy them. And let's buy the little med gum. Let's buy that. Okay, that. And we'll buy the refill. Quick buy that. Okay, and then we'll buy the lifeguard attachment here. Buy that. Okay.
Attention. As of now, Lab 2 is off limits to all staff until further.
Okay, so also what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my respawn point here because it's currently at Grim Hex. So let's transmit here, transfer my print here. So that's done. So if I die, this is where I'm going to end up.
This is a reminder that patients and guests are not allowed in the staff lounge. Thank you. Urgent page for Nurse Radcliffe. Report to emergency. Nurse Radcliffe to emergency. Here we are. Please contact the front desk.
So now that we've got the attachments we need, let's stick that on my other side there. Let's make sure I've got that there in case I need it. Let's stick these on the thing here. Got 5 of them, so stick them all on. And one in the backpack somewhere.
Use one of our convenient self-check-in
Stick that there, and let's stick the med thing there. So we've got our attachments that we need now. What we need to do is we need to get a cave. So to do that, what we're going to do is pick up a mission. So we go to F1, we go to Contracts Manager, and then we look down into Investigation. And we'll look at this, investigate missing clients. So you'll only get 4,000 from it, but it's going to show you where the cave is, basically. So we're looking for a cave on Aberdeen, and then we're going to search the cave, and but what we'll do is we'll do mining. You can carry on and go and look for the person if you want and get the 4,000 and bring up your rank on the investigations. That's up to you. But what we're going to do is we're going to go and do some mining. Now, generally, with the big backpack, you can mine about 10 rocks, and I can't remember what pad I was on. You can generally mine about 10 rocks, and you'll get about 30,000 from it. Let's have a look right here. Let's say where it is. So I think we're on pad 1.
Please visit us again.
Let's check. We'll know. And let me pick up that mission. I didn't pick it up. So we go back to investigation and we'll see there's also there's 2. There's a missing person one here as well, which is in a staff area. We won't grab that one because that's a bit more different. It's not what we're not going to be able to go mine for that. So we'll pick up this one here. We'll accept the offer, and then that'll put a track beacon on our thing to go and find it. And let's go down to the hangars, to the pads. Sorry, because I'm in one of these pads. I don't know which one. So before we step outside, make sure we've got our helmet on, got all our bits. As you see there, I should have looked. You should have told me it's on pad 2. Right, so something I forgot to mention before I get my thing is in the space station, you should go and get food and water from one of the places that you can buy and stick them in your backpack. But for me, I have the Pisces Red, and it stocks it with food and water for me already. So I don't need it. I didn't even need the pens, but I bought them anyway. And so I've got food and water on me, so I can grab one of them, I can store it in my backpack. So, and I'll grab a second one and store that in my backpack. So I would take a couple of drinks with you, and then you've got them then if you need them. I'll also going to take some of these. I'm going to equip these. Equip that one. Equip that one. And what this will do is if I start going deep into the cave and I start thinking like I'm going to get lost, I can start putting these like towards the area of my ship. So when I start entering a cave, I can put this towards the entrance of the cave, and then that will help me later on then. Right, so let's do this. So yeah, so also make sure you do take drink with you. Right, so let's do this. Let's Let's get this this mining done. Turn engines on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
Retract landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
Landing gear raised.
So what this will do is it'll give us a location. We'll jump down to the nearest point, and then we'll have to travel to it. That's what happens with caves. There's no like pinpoint straight to the cave. We have to actually travel to it. So what I'll do is I'll drop into a location, and then I'll obviously cut it to the point where I'm near the cave.
Quantum drive.
So there we are.
Off.
700 away. Let's spool up and see what's nearby. An issue here that we have is none of the points are showing up, and if you get that once you're spooled up, if you find that none of the points are showing, you have to cancel the thing in your map. So 710 away, and then we've got Nosgard here, which is 690, so we'll go for that. Nosgard 1, that should bring us closer to it.
Quantum drive is now on.
And then what we'll have to do is travel the rest of the way from there.
Quantum drive
So we are.
is now
We have to
on.
travel about 200 away. So what I'll do is I'll put my marker over it, and then I'll start heading back up out into the atmosphere, just so that I can get full speed, and I'll turn my cruise control on. Once I've hit full speed, then I'll just level out a bit, and I'll turn on my Mobiglass, not my Mobiglass, my Torby, so I can keep an eye on it. But if you haven't got Torby, you can just use your controller. Just look down, basically, with Z, keeping hold of Z. And we'll just keep an eye on that now and let that number come down. So what I'll do is I'll jump from here now to just before we get to the cave. As you start approaching the cave, that marker will disappear, and you've got to start looking around for the cave yourself around that area. So just keep an eye on that. So here we go, guys. Coming up to the cave now, 10,000 away. Like I said, this marker here will disappear once I get close to it. I've turned my lights on, so when I get close, I've got some light. And what we'll do is, another reason I bought the Pisces is because I can enter the cave inside with the Pisces, so I can go inside the cave with the Pisces. So I've got my med ship there if I need it, and I've got light as well in there then around near the area. So as we get closer now, we're going to start looking for this cave. It's around this area somewhere now. Try landing again.
Retracting landing gear.
There she is. Like somebody's already come with a Pisces and broke it. Left a box here. So it looks like we're going to have to go in this one on foot. Engines off. 10 engines off.
Powering down systems.
Engines
Open
offline.
doors. That's another person, that, by the way. That's not the missing client. So let's turn my torch on. Let's have a look around. So he's left a box here where he died. So let's have a look what's in it. Has he got anything in this box? Nothing in the box itself. So what you could do is drag that box in with you and fill it with stuff that you need. Little box here, medicals if you need it. We're all good. We don't need any of that. So what we could do is, if we want that box, press F4, press 4 and 4 again. And then what we can do is... see, there we go. So maybe it's because it was in a space station. But now we can just choose which one we want, basically, of these. So if we want the true beam, we'll just choose that. And back, exit that. And then we've got the tractor then. We can stick that in our case and in our thing. Shit. So if we want that, we can stick it in our ship, put it there for now, and then bring it back later. So let's take that, close that. So yeah, so we just press J and we can choose what we want. So we'll go back to our mining tool here, and then back on that and exit that, and put our tool away. I'm breathing heavy there because I was moving that big heavy box. Plus it's hot temperatures as well down here. As I go in, the temperature should start easing. Now what we're looking for is rocks. Now that one's a green one, so we won't go for that one. But as we go deeper in, you'll start seeing different rocks. So we are looking for these rocks with these colours in them. You press 4 again, and you left your right mouse trigger to zoom in. And as you look at it, it tells you, it highlights yellow and it tells you what it is when you've scanned it. And that's Apherite. And the numbers across the top there, so 0.4 is the rock's resistance, how fast it can be broken into. The one underneath it, the 0.9, is its instability, the higher that number, the more unstable the rock will be. So you'll see we have a smaller window on the other side, which I'll explain in a minute. And then the weight thing, the 0.09 is what you'll get from it. So you should get about 9 rocks from it. Now, that's the resistance to the rock. That's its instability, and that's how many you'll get from it, and that's the type of material you'll get from it. Now, this is your guide on breaking the rock. So what we've got to do is we've got to press the trigger to start mining, and then once we start mining, this will start going up, and you have to roll your mouse wheel up to get more power. And you'll see here in this section here that it starts going up red, and then this line will start getting faster. And then what you've got to do is you've got to get it into the green, and when you get it into the green, you've got to hold it into the green by using your mouse wheel to decrease the power. And the longer it's in the green, the bar will start coming up here, and once it gets to the top, the rock will break up, and then you can pick up the things. Now, this red section is the instability of the rock. So you've got a big instability of the rock with the 0.9 here. If there's any red here when the rock breaks, the rock it will damage the stones in there, and it could explode and actually injure you. So just make sure you don't have any red in there. If you do, pull your gun away from it, your tool away from it, or back it off until just let the green keep going back down until the red's gone, and then go back onto the green. So that's a quick how-to on the rock mining itself. So I'm going to go deeper in, and hopefully the deeper in I go, the less it'll be hot and I won't be breathing as much. So I'll let that temperature go down. Okay. So it looks like there's people down here. So I've never ever encountered people down here. So I'm going to have to pick up a gun, I think. I've never encountered people down in these mines. That's the first. Let's take him out. So what we're looking at on the rocks here is we're going to be looking for a certain colour. So if we press 4 again, you might not have to fight people. It depends. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for Hardenite. So let me just make sure nobody else is coming up around me. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop a beacon thing. So let me just put this away and just show you the beacons. The little, not the beacons, but like coloured things here. So I had one on my thing, and I'm going to grab this one now. And what you do is once you've got this, you'll just hit F, look down at it, and we're going to just activate it. That'll turn it purple, and then we'll just drop that there. And then we've got a little thing then that you can see the colour of it when you're walking around. So what we're going to do is a quick check over here again. So there is somebody over there. I'm not too sure how far over he's going to come. Get my gun out ready. So he's just walking around over there. That's good. What gun is that? Is that the shotgun as well? Yeah, I don't want the shotgun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loot the bodies. Just make sure I've got some weapons. No. Okay, he's got no ammo. Okay, that's cool. What about the other dude? See, you got any ammo? It looks like he might have ammo. Have a look. Oh, no, I don't want that. I always do that. I'll move away from him. Okay, so let's get into the mining just so we can show you that anyway. And this... Oh. he just shooting at me? Here he comes now. Okay.
Landing complete.
Open doors. So yeah, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine this rock here just to show you this one. So let's put the gun away, let's get that out. Let me actually just heal myself because I'm injured. And to do that, you just pull out your med thing and press B, and that'll do yourself. And if you want to do more precise stuff with medical, then you can put the advanced and you can change what you need on here. But that's it, and then you just press your trigger, you fire your trigger for that to work, or you just point it at someone and do the same. So we'll press 4 again to change that, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at this. So we've got Hardenite here. So what you do, like I say, you'll scroll your mouse wheel up, and what we're going to do is get that line to go up on the left-hand side, and we'll just move this around. And you see now, we'll get closer to it, the line comes up. And as it starts moving up, we're just going to keep an eye on it. We'll move around, find the sweet spot as it starts going up. There. Around here. There. And we'll just keep that going until we get that green section. Getting closer. And what we want to do is then, once it's in that green section, we'll just hold it, back it off with the mouse wheel, and put it back up with the mouse wheel, and just sort of hover into that section there with the mouse wheel up and down. You'll see my power's going up and down as I roll my mouse wheel. And we're just going to hold it in that section up again so we don't come out that green. And that's it. And that'll break up. And then we press R to put our mining tool away. And what you'll be left with is loads of these Handheld things here. And what you can do is you can grab them like that with F. And he'll just grab it and put it in his backpack, or store it, should we say. Store it. Or the other way you can do it is to press I and use your right mouse button. Look around, and as you see these rocks, just grab them, drag them into your backpack like that. That's another way of doing it, an easier way of doing it. And we'll look around. Can't see any more. No. So we got 4 from that. Some of them might have dropped down. We'll have a look in a second. There's one there. And some of them might have dropped down here as they do that. So let's do I again on there and look around. Grab that one there. That's 5. So we got 5 from that one. So what you'll need is, oh, there's another couple here. There we are. Generally you'll get around 9, 10 from each one. Let's get a bit closer. Let's grab these, stick it in. You normally get about 9 or 10 from them. From these rocks. So there we are, any more? No. Oh, one more there. So like I said, the other option is just to go down and press F on it and then hit store, and he'll grab it and put it straight into his backpack as well. So if we look now, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and we're 12% on our backpack. So let's stick all our drinks and stuff into our legs, just so you know how much we can get into the backpack itself. So 9%. So basically, we're going to need about 11 to 12 rocks to get a full backpack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head a little bit deeper in. I'm going to go and just try and find this client. I'll mine maybe one more rock, and then we'll go from there. Basically, I'll basically go and show you where we sell this, and we'll go from that basically. Someone over here shooting at me. So normally down Microtech you don't get these enemies. So that might be a better place for you to go if you don't want to meet enemies. We've got some medical stuff here if we need it. So let's turn our torch back on. Let's just have a look around for some rocks. So there's another rock here. And what we're looking for is that purpley colour there. And we'll say that's Aphorite. So there's that purple one, and there's another sort of hue of purple. And then you've got green, and I think a blue is the other one. Looking around. So there's Hadnite, and you see it is that like purpley colour. So let's have a look at this one. So its resistance, so it's 10 rocks in it. Its resistance is 6, and its instability is quite high. So let's get onto this. So let's start rolling up my mouse, get some power in this. And what I do is I move my rock, I move it around until I find it starts going up faster, and that's basically sweet spot on it. And I start pulling that back down now, that just a little bit, and then just control it a little bit up. There we are in the green. Pull that back a bit. I don't want to hit. See, I don't want to go into that red. Keep it up. Again, roll it up a bit. Just keeping that line in that green. Pull it down a bit. There we go. Put that away. And then we press I. And move around a bit with the right mouse button and just grab what we can there. So 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Any more? 9. Any more? And 10. There we are. So that's that. So that's 2 done. I'm not obviously going to fill this up because I don't want to be here all day doing this. There's another rock there, which is Hadnite again. Let's do this last one, and then we'll leave the cave. So, like I say, you probably do about 10 of these. Let's move it around, find that stability. Closer. There we are. Start rolling this back a bit. Back up a bit because it's going to start coming down. Up a bit, down a bit. And if you do go in the red, then basically just come away from the rock and let that red just settle. There we are. Another one done. Just put that away. Press I. And let's start grabbing some of these. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. So there's only 7 in that one. 7, 8, 9, 10. There we are. You generally get about 10 from each one. And that's that. So we've got 30. We've done 3 rocks. Got 30. Probably another one there we could have done. Two guys here. Somebody else that's been down here. Put a gun? Yes. I don't want to go too far in. Right, I'm not going to go too far into this because I want to go and my main mission is to show you the rocks. So let's get out of here. Here we go, back outside. Got my gun on me just in case anybody's out here. You never know. So I've got 2 pirate seizes here. Can't use that one. No. That one's broke. So I've got my other one here. Use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head up to the space station. Put that on my back. Head up to the space station now and go and sell this. Close doors. So let's plot my route to the space station. Which is going to be Everest Harbour. Let's get up to there and then let's go and sell this and show you where I sell it. So we did 3 rocks.
Takeoff complete.
And we can show you what you get for that, for them 3. I say you'll probably get about 30,000 for 10, a full backpack. So I'm expecting we're only going to get 3,000 per one. So if we've got 3, we should get about 9,000 from it. So that is hand mining, and you can do that in prison and grab the rocks and put them into the machine inside the prison itself to reduce your time.
Quantum drive is now off.
And even though that was dangerous in there because there was other NPCs in there, if you go over to the microtech area, then you don't get that. The cave is just a cave and it's pretty empty. So you can always tell where the pads are because you'll see like loads of white things. Retract landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
I know it's supposed to be deploy, I keep forgetting. Actually, I'll call for landing. We'll probably get this one here.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Yeah, not that one. Let's give us one over there. It's fine, I'll just land here. Turn engines off.
Powering
door.
down systems.
Offline.
Now, the reason I said to take water and that is because when you go down to the mines down in Microtech, you could be in there for a bit of time if you go in searching the body and you will run out of water. So it's always good to have it. Pad 1 for when we come back out. Okay, let's go back up to the lobby and let's go to and sell this stuff. I've got my 2 guns as well, that Nick's down there. I'll put the ship away.
Welcome to the
Actually,
ASOC
it's not going to
vehicle
let me put it away
retrieval
because it's on the
system.
pad, innit? claim it because I didn't put it on in a thing hanger.
Please visit us again.
Right, okay. Let's head up to the admin section then. Let's go and sell this. So I'm expecting about 9 grand from it. We're currently on a free fly at the moment, so the servers are a bit a mess. So we go up to the Galleria and go and find the admin office. It's like a yellow building that we're going to be looking for. And this one's upstairs here at the top. There we are. So, let's set me, and then I've got 30 pieces of Hardenite, and we're going to sell that for 8.25k. So yes, close to 9k, like I said. And we'll sell that, made 9k. So that is hand mining. It can be peaceful. I just happened to end up going into a cave where there was enemies, but when you go down to the Microtech one, it's peaceful. We didn't even pay for the gear we've got on in the end, so I didn't mine enough to even pay for the gear I've got on. I don't know why I've got that there. So I ended up spending more just on the gear, but I've got that gear then for when I do go around. If I did do 10 rocks and filled the backpack, then I would have had enough. I would have paid for the gear and made a profit, but I just wanted to show you hand mining itself, and it can be peaceful and not too bad to do if you want to do that. And then there's that side mission of finding the person as well in the cave. So that's hand mining. So what we're going to do next is we're going to hire a rock or buy a rock maybe, and then we'll go to mining with a rock. So with a rock, it's a vehicle, land vehicle with wheels and a mining laser. You can also get the Rock DS, which also has a second seat for the second person to mine as well, so 2 people can mine in it. And what you'll do is you'll put it into a vehicle, and then you'll load it into a vehicle, and then you'll go away from the station where you're at, and you'll go and find rocks to mine, and then you'll mine them rocks basically. So we'll get into that one next. So what we need to be doing now is I've just come out of the space station here, and I'm just going to head down to Lawville, and that's where we're going to buy our rock, which is the mining vehicle, ground mining vehicle. So I'm going to head over there now, and I'll meet you when I get there. So here we are, coming into land at Lawville. Oh. There we are. Turn engines off.
Powering down
Landing
systems.
complete.
Open doors.
Have a pleasant stay.
So we're going to put this away because we don't need it. So I've got enough to buy it. So I'll probably just buy it. And then I've got it. Let's have a look. Let's buy. Where is it? Buy. Miss? No, it's great, isn't it? So you've got the Rock and you've got the Rock DS. And the DS is just basically a 2-person one. Has a side module for somebody else to use. So I'm going to take the Rock, the original Rock, and I'm going to purchase this. Confirm purchase. I said you can hire it.
How good did that just feel? No rush like buying a new ship.
No rush like buying a new ship. It's all good, isn't it?
Welcome to New Deal Shipyard, the
So,
finest
let's
purveyor
have a
of
quick
pre-owned
look again.
vessels in all of Lordville.
It doesn't say how much Let's have a look on the thing. So, Grey Cat Industrial Rock. So the rock to rent is 9,000. So it's 3,000 for 1 day. It's 9,000 for 3 days, and it's 18,000 for 7 days. So for 3,000, you can rent it and earn your money back, basically. So I'll put that in so you can see that and a link to it.
Definitely take a look around.
So that's what we've got to do now is we've got to head down to where we want to mine and go from there, basically. So I put the ship away, didn't I? So what I need to do is get a big ship out now, one that can hold the rock in it. So if you haven't got a big ship, what you'll have to do is go to the rentals again and maybe rent out a Cutlass Black.
Welcome to the aUEC Vehicle Retrieval System.
But I have currently in my fleet my Freelancer Max. So let me grab that.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
So I'm going to have to wait 3 minutes here. What I'll do is I'll push it along to where my freelancers in the cargo areas, in the area to go and get it. Hangar 9.
Please visit us again.
Right, so we're going to Hangar 9, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the Max, go and get to a pad area, and then pick up the rock. Now, if you're down at Microtech, you can do this a different way. You can grab your Max, and when you come out of the space station, you go straight across the frozen lake, and there's another landing pad across the other side of the frozen lake from the spaceport. You can land on that landing pad, go in the set of doors of the building there, and they have a little terminal to get your rock out there as well. And they also have one upstairs from the where you get ships out at that place as well. Right, so we've got space now. Like I said, if you don't have a big ship like this, you will have to go to the little rental kiosk that I went to. That was broke, and hopefully it's working for you at that point. And you can then put that. Putting these here, and then you can rent out a Cutlass Black for a day, and that will then carry your rock as well. Alright, let's do this. So what I want to do is I want to find a place first that I need to go to and to mine, basically. A good place to mine would be so Aberdeen is what people are saying is a good place to go. So let's go here and let's find. So we'll go to Anderson, set the route, and that's where we'll go and pick up our mining rock thing to put in the back. Set full speed.
Full speed applied.
Power thrusters.
Maximize actions.
Fighting at the moment with the ship. It's better. Get that chevron closer and then closer to it then. Right. Next step is where? Can't see my location. Oh, it's going to be the same place as that box. That's where that mine was that I didn't go in and complete earlier because I didn't want to end up dying. Down there, I wanted to come back and show you the rocks and that.
Quantum travel engaged.
So, what we need to do here is we have to be careful with mining. The hand mining was fine, but we're going on to more dangerous stuff now. With the rock mining, people will come and try and take it from you. So we have to be a bit careful, and I would always advise doing this stuff to have a partner with you to help you if you can, or hire someone to help you. Just ask if he can have some protection with you while you're rock mining. The other option is to do a bunker mission and try and pick up a railgun. If you pick up a railgun and the ship starts attacking, you can just shoot at the ship with the railgun and blow it out of the sky. So this is going to be one to watch basically. So we've got somebody already here. Let's have a look. So another freelancer there. So you could be doing the same thing, mining, rock mining. Landing gear. So he's got a jet cutter and a. I'm not too sure if the rock will fit in a jet cutter. I'm not too sure. I don't think it will. So what we've got to do here is got to land with our back facing the blue pads because we're going to be bringing the rock from the blue pads. Open doors. And then we're going to go down. Now we've got to be careful here because someone could take our ship. There we are. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems. Engines off.
Now, while we're here, we could loot if you wanted to loot. I'll close that door, actually. Go out the back. So you can see here, there's going to be plenty of space to put this rock in. Looks like somebody else is doing the same there. Yeah, somebody else is doing the same with this freelander dirt here. And that's the rock, basically. Probably take that one. Like someone's just left it here. They was going to do the same thing, but they ended up not doing. So what we've got to do is go into here. We could have just took that one. Somebody else's, if they're not around, that is. Who knows? And we'll go and hire our own one out. And to do that, we just go to this machine here. On here as well, you can get the PICs out.
Retrieval system.
And what we'll do is, see, these are what you can get out here. You can get out the Kruger, the Razors, the 100i. Oh no, we can't get the 100i out. The PICs we can get out. So we want the grey cap. Rock here. File. No, I don't want the Merlin. I want the grey cap. rock claim. There, file that claim.
Your insurance claim has been
Expedite
settled.
that for
Vehicle has
100.
been moved to our storage
back.
facility.
And then we're gonna retrieve
Vehicle
it.
selected. Stand by.
And then you'll see it appear on the
Your
pad.
vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
There it is.
Your vehicle has been
Please
delivered
visit
to the
us
following
again.
location.
And there it is. Now, one thing to check with this other rock outside is, I don't know if he's been mining or done anything, but... Oh, it's gone. The other ship's gone, so... obviously he crashed out. But the thing we could check is the back here. Did he go mining? Will it let me open it? Yeah, he didn't go mining, so there's nothing in it. Yeah, so what we're going to do is... I think there's another ship over there as well. You know, we could go looting here, but I just want to get on with this. And we're just going to get in the mine, in the rock. Enter driver C. And turn that on.
Set.
Get that in there. Make sure there's some room. Turn his engines off. Let's close our door. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and find some rocks to mine. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be pinging, and then we're going to be looking for signatures of 2 together, or clusters of 2 together. And that should be Hardenite, basically. But we need to be... Someone's overhead. Let's have a look. So there's a Connie ahead here. He could be just buying some stock. Let's keep an eye out. Turn engines on.
Starting
He might be
brief
buying
flight
stock here,
protocols.
doing
All
some cargo
systems
running.
operational.
The thing in this is don't trust anyone. So let's get out of this area and let's come back in somewhere else. So what we're going to be doing is looking for some rocks to mine. Right. So we want to be away from the bases so that we don't get the signature when we come in. So we don't want to be really close to any bases. Sort of want to be away from them. I don't really want to be near that mine neither, so I'm going to start heading over here, maybe in this direction. Because you don't want to be a signature when people come in. get too close. So what we're going to be doing now is looking for these signatures like this, these rocks. Closer. Down on the floor, closer. And we want to be looking for these diamonds shapes, basically. And we want like a cluster of them. So start heading over to that rock there. See that one that just appeared to our right there could be one because it just popped up close by. So that's a rock, a big rock. So you see this cluster of 3 here. There we are. Something like that is what we're going to be looking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to get close to it and we're going to put down the rock. You see those green, what's it called? We need to scan these. So let's scan these V and hold our mouse. So this is dull vein. We want to be looking at for Hardenite, basically. So we'll keep looking. The next lot. And we're just going to keep pinging until you see the clusters again and new ones come up, new signatures come up. So I might head to that one there, which was 2,000 away over here. See if we get anything over that way. We get close to see what we got. There was some round here. This one could be one because its signature came up late. So there's something in the sky there. So here's a big chunk of them here. So back to V. Let's have a scan. So it's Hardenite. This is what we want. We do have a ship in the sky we're going to be careful of. So let's just close this. Let's just land here. Let's turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
Engines
And what
off.
I'm going to do as well is I'm going to turn my weapons off, which I think is P.
Weapon system off.
And that way then it just takes my signature down a little bit more as well. So let's turn that, let's get out of here. Let's get the rock and let's go and show you how to do this. So first we open the door. Get in the rock. Turn the engines on. We're going to back out. What reverse was. Quick lock from me. Options. Left shoulder button, right trigger. Haven't it? No, okay. Let's try the other way then. Let's try dust. Options, key bindings. I'll just try just the left trigger instead. So there's a ship over there. So let's go and find these rocks we found earlier on. Is it over here? Can't remember where they were. What we're going to do now is we've got to go into mining mode. And we've got to check these out. So that's Hardenite. And what you've got then is, so what we've got is the laser we're using, how much cargo we've got on this ship, which is 80, so 0.8 of a SCU. And then your scanning results here, and then you've got the lines here on this here, which is just like the other mining one, where you've got to bring it up and then you've got to keep it in the green, and then the red is where it's unstable again. So your instability, again, it's the same. The mass is 0.8, the resistance is 6.3, and its instability is 0.8. So that's that basically. So let's go. So what we've got to do is we've got to mine it first, blow it up, and then we can suck it in. So again, turn our percentage up there on the left. And you see on the right there it's going up. Keep an eye on our survival estimate, which is 8 minutes. Oh, coming off that because went a bit too high. If you send that down with our mouse button, we don't want any reds basically. Come down with the mouse again. Keep it in that green. Boom. And that'll break into smaller little diamonds then. And then diamonds you'll see come up. So we do that with all of these then. So start taking that up. So its instability is 1.3. Resistance 6 and mass 0.85. Bringing it down again now so we don't end up going in too far. Let's keep an eye on that green. Up again a little bit. It's a little bit of a skill game doing this, but you do get used to it after a while. Bring it down, don't let it get to that red. Definitely don't want it to that red. Don't let it have any red when it blows, because it blows up, it'll damage the rocks and could even kill you. So last one here. Start bringing the power down just as it starts creeping up. Bring it down a little bit more. Up a little, down a little bit more. Up a little bit. So let it come out of that green zone. Down a little bit. And that's it basically, it's a skill game. So that'll break open, more diamonds will come out. And then what we do is we press the left mouse button. And then we change, which changes our mode, and then we press the extraction mode. Oh yeah, so we want extraction mode by pressing the right mouse button. And that's all you're doing basically is
Fracturing mode on.
extraction mode is what we want, yeah. No, extraction mode.
Fracturing mode on.
And that's all you're doing basically, just collecting up these rocks like this. You see the number under that circle going up as we do it. That's what you're looking for basically, just looking for them numbers. Close in a minute then. find it. Try and find the number around here. There it was, around there. Just looking for that number basically to come up. So I've got a minute left on my clock here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off, go inside the ship, and then back out again once the time resets on my clock. Just let my temperature come down. Just watching my heart rate go down. Let me get out of here. My temperature's rising, you see. So I need to come into here and take my helmet off. And that should hopefully bring my temperature down. You see now my temperature's dropping here. I started losing health because of it, because it was too hot. So let my temperature go down and then put my helmet back on. Well, what we do is we're going to heal myself as well. There we are. Put that away. Let's let that temperature come down a little bit more. Okay, back into it and just go pick the rest of them rocks up. So this is the thing, you got to watch what you're doing with everything.
Mining mode on.
So we don't want mining mode, we want extraction mode.
Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on. Fracturing mode on. Mining mode off. Mining mode on. Extraction mode on.
They may be underneath. Let me just
Fracturing mode on.
close that off.
Mining mode on.
Hold on. So here we go again.
Fracturing mode on. Extraction mode on. Mining mode off. Mining mode on. Fracturing mode on. Fracturing mode on.
Let's grab them.
Extraction mode on.
See that bounced away around here. There we are.
Fracturing mode on.
Let's open up this and let's go. Get up to that space station. And go and sell this. Well, actually, we don't go to the space station. We go to the, what's it called? So turn the engines off there. Let's go out. I just want to close this door and I want to show you basically the back of it. So what you can do here, we didn't fill this rock. It depends how much time you want to be around here doing this. And I just wanted to basically show you it. But here you've got this little bit at the back here. And once you click that, it'll open up your storage of it. And it'll tell you what you've got basically. So we've got 86 Hardenite basically. So basically about 9 grand basically, same as what we got earlier on where we got, no, we got 30. So we should get about 30, about 25 grand from that maybe. Probably about 25 grand. But what you can do is you can take that and you can drop it all into your ship. You don't have to leave it in this. So let's do that. Let's just drop it into the ship. And then then it's in the ship then itself. So we'll take that, go to vehicles, take the Hardenite and move that across. And then that's empty then. So then what you can do then is you basically can go back out with the mining and go mine more. And then the stuff is on your ship, basically. So what we're going to do is going to go back to the place and we're going to go and sell this, basically. Sanderson is where we'll go. So let's go up out the sky. And then we'll come back into Anderson itself. And we'll go and sell it. Actually, we'll go up to the space station. You can go to there, but we'll just go to the space station and sell it at the space station. That's what we'll do. Because I'm going to go to the next stage from there. Everest Harbour. Set the room. Let's go. There it is.
Quantum travel engaged.
So there we go. Let's go and land this. I'm going to land this one proper this time. So let's make sure we get a landing port this time. Turn my engine, my power weapons back on. See if we can
Please
get that one
proceed to
there.
assigned landing bay. That request has already been granted.
Closed it.
Closing.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
My landers are not the best in these tiny things. Engines off. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems. Engines off.
So let's go and store the ship, and then we'll go and sell this stuff. This away.
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle retrieval system.
Store that. Go.
Please visit us again.
That's gone. So what we're going to do again, we're going to head up and go and sell this Handheld now. Now, theory is, if we've got 89 and 100 is 30,000, then we should be close to that. So we want to go to the Galleria. We're going to go upstairs to the admin office again. We're going to sell this. So we're selling it at the same place we sold the hand mining one. And I only did them 3 rocks basically in that one area. You could be out there for as long as you need to be. So let's choose the Freelancer Max. And what we got on there. Nothing on it. What? Oh, I've got my rock on there, that's why. So where's the Hardenite then? Oh, I must have put it on me. There we are. So we've got 86 there, and we're going to sell that for 23,000. Sell that, confirmed. And that was just 23 grand from them couple of rocks that we found. There you are. So that's that. So that's vehicle mining with a rock. So the next one we're going to do is mining with a ship. and we're going to basically rent out a prospector and talk about the stuff that we can do with that. Now, I'm not too sure about the mining heads on the rock itself, whether you can change them, but with the prospector, you can change the mining heads and have extra little tools on board and tools that you can attach to the rocks, because we're going to have to bigger rocks. So we'll talk more about that, but we're not going to be going for Hardenite this time. What we're going to be going for is Quantanium, and Quantanium is unstable. So we'll get into that one in a minute, but we're going to have to rent a prospector, and the issue we have with that is we can't change the equipment or the laser head on a rented prospector. We can only do it with one that we buy, but we don't have 3 million or whatever it is to buy one. So we'll do that, and we'll still show you how the mechanics of it works and stuff like that. Because obviously, if you can change the mining heads, you can get better, more powerful lasers. So we'll get into that one now. So here we are, guys. So what I did is I went and rented a prospector and give it a go. And all I can say, guys, is buy a prospector if you're going to go do mining this way, because you're not going to be able to do it with a rented one. The reason is you can't add modules and to change the mining laser with a rented prospector, and the instability of the prospector bouncing on the rock is just way too much. So if you're going to rent one, if you haven't got the 2 million to buy one and then a couple of 100,000 for the tools that you need with it, then what I would suggest is, if you are going to rent one, just rent it just to get the feel of the prospector and just try it on some basic rocks rather than any Quantanium rocks. Because the instability of the laser is just too much, and it ends up blowing the rock up. I give it a go, and I've done some mining, so if you are new to it, then it's going to be a little bit more tricky for you if you've never done it. So my advice is to, if you are going to rent a prospector, just try it on normal rocks. And if you want to really do Quantanium mining, then I would go and buy one and get the modules you need so that you can keep it stable. And you'll understand what I mean once we get to the rocks themselves, with the instability of the laser bouncing. You'll understand what I mean when I show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head into Lawville now, and I'm going to go and buy the prospector. So what I did is, I'm lucky enough to be able to have gone into my Discord channel and ask the guys in there if they can club in maybe and help me get the money up for a prospector, so that I can just finish the video off. And Rick O'Teal was able to just send me over 2 million or 2.5 million so I could get the prospector and the modules. I know I'm lucky and you might not have the ability to do this, but if you do want to do mining and it is profitable mining, then I would suggest doing other missions like the cargo runs and stuff from the older videos, or the other videos on the New Start Guide, and try and work your way up to getting the 2.5 million up. And you'll make that money back really, really quick. You will make that money up really quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into here now. I'm going to come and land.
Warning, you are leaving a safe zone.
We know we're leaving a safe zone. Oh, nearly. Ho, ho, ho. That's some skillful landing right there. Boom.
Landing
Turn engines off.
Have a pleasant stay.
Down systems offline.
Okay. So let's put this away. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the waters out of here and put these on the prospector. So I've got them on the prospector. So I'm going to grab that. And I'm going to throw that into the local. Oh, no, I don't. I want to keep that. I want to take that, drop that into the local. And then grab the other one and stick that into the local as well. Throw that in my local. So I've got some water and I'll grab a bar as well. So I've got one of them. And the thing is with this medical Pisces, once I call this ship back out with my insurance, it will restock all this lot for me. So that's that. So let's close that. Oh, and let's go. I did press it, I'm sure I did. So that's another little bug sometimes where the door doesn't open, you just gotta hit the doors on the thing here. So let's put this ship away. One we just came in. Pisces.
Welcome to the aSOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Yeah, let's put it away.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
And what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to New Deal and we're going to go and buy a ship from in here, Prospector. Then what we'll do is we'll head over to Arkel 1 and that's where we'll base the ship then from there. So you can either come in here and just grab it from there, or you can grab it from this little thing here. And it is it Drake? I can't remember what it is. Misk. Freelancer. Razor. Reliant. Gemini. Prospector. Oh, we don't want the mark on the Prospector. And it's 2.06. So 2,061,000. So we're going to be left with just short of 600,000 after that. To confirm that purchase, we now own a Prospector.
Hell of a good decision.
And with this, we will make a lot of money back. One of the most profitable things is mining. So let's go through this quickly and show you around the Prospector before we actually go and get it. So you've got your entrance here, you've got your VTOL here, then you've got your bins where the ore goes when you mine it. These engines I think turn as well for your VTOL. Then you've got the back bit here which opens and this catches the stuff as you're mining. I think that's what that does. I've never found a use for it. Same on the other side, you've got another 2 bins. So it holds about 32 SCU of Quantanium ore, and then you can sell that or you can go and refine that. So here's your mining laser. You can change the mining head of that and then you can add modules into that as well. So going up into the thing itself, into the ship. Inside you've got just the panels and stuff for your quantum drives and stuff like that. You've got your bed. I've never found any storage in here, so I don't think there is any. There's the storage thing there, but it's not accessible. And then you've got a toilet and that here, toilet and shower, and then you've got the main cab here. And you just basically, once you get into that, then you go around the side of it. But I'm not going to go too much into that. We'll show you that once we get it. Just like the other MISC stuff, the hull ends, the Freelancer, the same entrance type thing as you come in there with the ladders.
Definitely take a look
So let's
around.
go.
Got some
I'm
great
all
stuff.
good, bud. I'm done. So let's go and get this. And then what we'll do is we'll go over to ARC-L1. And what I'm going to do is, with this new 18 points...
Welcome to the aSOC vehicle retrieval
Let's have a look
system.
first, make sure it's not... If it's got its deliverable... Where are we? So Prospector on, so we can retrieve it. So if it was deliverable like this, it takes 20 seconds to deliver it. I would have ended up just getting the other ship out and just going over to ARC-L1 in that, rather than taking the Prospector and then just getting it delivered over there. But because it's already here, I'm going to just get it out and take it anyway.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Hangar
Please
6.
visit us at your vehicle.
So let's head away from here. Call the elevator. Hangar 6. There. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in it, explain some things in the cab, and then I'm going to head over to ARC-L1 and I'll just jump it from there to when we get there. Again, that whole door not opening thing. And there's the Prospector. Let's go into it. It's got 2 guns, but they're pretty useless, to be honest with you. When you've got a cargo full of Quantanium, then you don't really want to be fighting because it's volatile, and a couple of shots on it, you're just going to end up blowing this stuff up, and it's just going to be worthless cargo anyway. So let's get into this. Let's get into the ship, and he'll shoot. And what'll happen is she'll just go around the side, or she'll do some weird thing where she bends her legs and just appears in it. So let's have a quick look. So we press R, and so we've got 2 bulldogs. I think they're gimbaled. Yeah, they're gimbaled. So you can change them for more powerful ones if you want. The next one's up. Then we've got all our HUDs and stuff at the top here. And then the most important thing to keep an eye on is this here. So this has this volatile cargo light here. The moment you start hoovering up the Quantanium, and it becomes that is, you have a 15-minute timer. And that 15-minute timer, basically, you'll see with this, it starts changing colour and it starts beeping, making all sorts of noises. So you have 15 minutes to get back to the space station once you start hoovering it and get that ship stored. Once you've got the ship stored, you're all good then from there. So let me set my point here to ARC-L1 and explain where we're going. So we're going to go over to ARC-Corp here, come out a little bit, ARC-L1. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to this one, Wild Forest Station here. We're going to set the route to that. For some reason it's not letting me. I might have to do it once I'm out in the air. Oh, I might have to go to ARC-L1 first. Not let me do it. So I'll do it when I'm in the air. But what we're going to end up doing is going over to ARC-Corp Lyria here, and we're just going to mine in this moon here. So let's do this. So that's not going to set a point, so I'll just do it manually. So let's do this. If I press K, you'll see the VTOL. Retract landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
VTOL.
Affirmative.
Set speed full. Set full speed.
Full speed applied.
So by owning this now, we can actually upgrade it, which is what we need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the space station and I'll meet you there. So here we are, guys, heading over to Wild Forest Station, and this is where we're going to base our Prospector. I won't travel out of this area from this now unless I want to go over to mine the Iron Bell. So let's talk a little bit about the areas we're going to mine. So we're going to go over to ArcCorp, Lyria, and mine over in that area on the moon. But there is a thing called the Iron Bell, which I'll show you on my Mobiglass. And the Iron Bell is sort of in between Hurston and ArcCorp. It's around here somewhere. It goes all the way around. But you should go to Quantum from ArcCorp to Hurston and then jump out part way through, or vice versa. So it can be a bit of a pain to find. And so what I tend to do is go to the moon instead when I first started. It's just easier for me to do that until I want to start progressing with the mining. So that's the thing to watch out for. So the other thing I would do is once I get enough money, I'm going to upgrade obviously the laser if I can, and the units I can put in the laser. But what I would also do is I would update my components. So I would go for a military grade A military quantum drive, so I can have a 2-second spool up, and then I'd get all stealth components grade A for the rest of the ship. And when I do start mining, I'll turn my guns off just to try and bring my signatures down a little bit. So I want to try and be stealthy, but have a quick quantum time spool up for when I want to get out of there if somebody does start attacking me.
Need to assign landing bay.
Now the thing is with the Prospector, VTOL.
Affirmative.
The thing is with the Prospector is once you've got Quantanium in your cargo, you need to be careful. Because if you land it hard, then you could disrupt the Quantanium and end up making the materials you've got worthless. They become inert materials and just become useless. So be careful coming in and doing your landings and stuff like that. Now with 318 coming out, they've introduced again these self-landing pads here. So if you press keyboard event as you come over the pad, hit the thing. If you keep hold event, it will auto land for you. See, like I did there, where I hit that you don't want to be doing that. Definitely don't want to be doing that. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems off.
And so you've got to be careful. You don't want to end up damaging the Quantanium. So coming in, you have to be quite slow at coming in and landing. So also factor that into that 15 minutes as well. And then also getting out of your ship and... Oh, I didn't even bring put the landing gear down. Also getting out your ship. I'm going to put the ship away anyway, so... And I'll fix it when I get back out. But yeah, so like factor that into your landing when you do land, and getting into the lift and getting up and storing it. Factor all that into your time. What I like to do is I've got my clock next to me, and once I start hoovering
Welcome
Contanium,
to the ASOC
then
vehicle
I
retrieval
look at the
system.
time and keep that eye on that 15 minutes. So I'm going to store the Prospector because I want to put some stuff on it. Cool. First thing we've got to do is to the hospital, set our spawn point here. So if we do go out and get killed by someone, at least we're spawning here. We don't need a bed. We need to come down to the insurance things here. So let's click that. And we're going to transfer our imprint so that we spawn here. Because you don't want to be travelling all the way back from over there again. Right, let's do this.
Why should healthcare be a hassle?
Now we're going to talk about modules and mining lasers. So you can change your mining laser. I may not change. I don't think I will change my mining laser. You can get more powerful ones, but then it can become too powerful. And you can get different modules that you attach to that. So we've got to go down to the refinery. And you've got two different types of modules. You've got active modules and passive modules. Passive modules will just add bonus and negativities to your mining laser, so or the rock itself. So say like if you're mining a rock, it'll have a certain amount of instability, and you could have instability or strength and stuff like that. You can get passive modules that bring them down, or could also impact it and take it up in other ways. And then you've got active modules, which you have to activate, and you'll generally get 5 uses of them each time, and that will do things like bring down the power or the shields. What do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? The I don't even know what the word is looking for. The resistance of the rock. So it'll bring down the resistance of the rock, so you can get more power onto the rock and inside it. So that's what the modules do. So here's the little units you can get and attach to the rock. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. These are the modules that you can attach to your lasers here, and these are obviously the mining laser heads that you can get there. And some more modules around here that you can add. But also you can buy these things here, these little devices. And what you can do with these is you can add these to the rock itself, program it so that it gives you the benefits and bonuses, and that will, then once you do break the rock, then that will drop to the floor and you can go and pick it back up. But you have to manually get out your vehicle to do that. So let's go into this and let's get the gear we need. So let's have a look. So these are like refueling stuff for other ships, but we're gonna go to, we'll keep it here because we're gonna, and then we'll add it to the Prospector in a minute. We're gonna go to miscellaneous, and then we're gonna go to, no, we're not going to miscellaneous, we're gonna go to personal weapons. No, we're not. We're going to utility. That's where we're going. And then here we're gonna go to mining modules. Actually, we'll go to mining laser heads first. So the Prospector has a size 1 mining head, and then you've got things like the Argomore, which will have a size 2 module head. And when you click on these, they will give you more information about the things like, so your optimal range is going to be 30 meters, your maximum range is going to be 150 meters, and then you've got your power transfer, and then these are the stuff it's going to be. So it's going to take your instability down by 75%. It's going to take the resistance down by 75%. But the optimal charging window is going to be up 40%. So the green area that we're aiming for is going to be up by 40%. All charge rates are going to be minus 30%, so they're going to take longer to charge. And the shatter damage is going to be minus 50%. And what's the rest of it? And then the throttle speed is going to be 50%, so it's going to be quicker pushing up the throttle, basically. So that's your Lancet mining head there. And you've got an impact mining head, a clean, the S2s here, and then the SP1s here. So the Klein one was going to be, if we click on that, 30 meters, 100 meters, and then you've got minus 20 on the resistance, plus 20 on the instability, plus 15 on the charge window, so it's going to be quicker on the optimal charge, or the optimal charge window is going to be bigger, but the charge rate is going to be a little bit quicker, but the overcharge rate is going to be bigger, and the shattered damage is going to be bigger as well. So we could go for the Lancet one here, which is going to bring down the instability. The resistance is going to be down a bit. The instability is going to be up a little bit. But the overcharge... Am I on the right one here? No, I'm on the Klein still. So we'll click on that one, the Lancet one. So the instability is going to be down by 75%. So the line to get it to the green is not going to bounce as violently. The resistance of the rock is going to be down 75%, but the charge window is going to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to buy this one. It's 23,000. I'm going to buy this one just because the resistance of the rock is going to be down 75% and the instability is going to be down by 75%. So that means basically it's just going to be a lot easier for me and we can do bigger rocks. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look at the modules. So we've got the mining modules, and like I said, you've got active ones. So if I click on this one, you've got active modules here, as it says active, and you'll have so many uses of these. So this one has 5 uses, so you can only use it 5 times. And when you do trigger it, the instability will drop, so the line bouncing will drop. So it will be a lot more stable with this one, with this brand on, and the charge rate will be -25. So that's going to counter the charge rate of the mining head we just put on, but you're going to generate more heat and you're going to have a bigger signature size for other ships around you. And the duration is 90 seconds each time you blast that. So I'm gonna grab that one because for me it's more important to have the stability of the line not bouncing around, and that's what you can't have when you rent a mining module. So all that instability that we took off. If you've got one that you've rented, a Prospector that you've rented, you can't control that instability and it bouncing. And if you've got a charge window that's really small, it's just going to keep going into the red and bouncing back out of the red and back out of the green, and it's just impossible to actually control. So we're going to do that, and then you've got other ones that'll do different things. So you've got to look at this here. I'll try and if I remember, put in a link to a site where you can see some of this stuff, more about these resistances and stuff, but I'll talk to you about what they are when we come to it. Then you've got your lifeline, so basically stop it from shattering. These are generally quite good if you've got new players and you're in a dual machine like the mole, and someone else can, you know, have one of these, and if you end up going over, they can stop it from shattering by quickly firing that on it. Then you've got the alternative. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but so there's your active, and then you've got the rhyme, which is an active, and the stampede, which is an active. And now this one does is it fires bursts. So the charge rate, you see there, up 125%. So the charge rate is really quick because it just fires bursts of lasers into the rock itself. So then you've got other passive ones. This one's a passive one, which basically gives you the extraction rate is -50%, but -10% on your inert material, so you're going to get more cleaner stuff. And then we've got the torpid. So basically, it's just a matter of going through each one you want. So I'm going to look at this Focus 2 here, and the Focus 2 is going to bring this instability up by 5, but the resistance of the rock is going to be down by 8%. So that means by having this on, that the resistance of the rock is going to be down by 8%, and then but the instability is going to be up by 5. But we've already got 2 things on that brings that instability down anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. Or we can have the optimal charge window up by 8%, so you've got a bigger green window. I don't know whether I'll go for that actually. I might actually go for that. The turret 3. So basically, it's just a matter of looking what you're going to get on them. So instability -10. Extraction rate is 50, so you're going to be quicker at doing it. So I might actually get the Riga optimal charge, so the C2 here. And what that'll do is just give me a bigger green window. So I'm going to buy that. Can't remember if I did buy the other one as well, the brand. I'm not too sure if I bought the brand. Let me have a look quick. Let's come out of here and buy that. And check that, sorry. Yeah, so I did get the brand there. So let's go back into that. And what I'm going to do also, I'm going to buy one of the little devices as well for the rock itself. So let's do that. Let's go to gadgets again. We want utilities. We want to go to gadgets again. And so what we've got here is you'll put this onto the bottom of your belt, your pack, and what you'll do is you'll get out of your ship and you'll go and put these onto the rock itself, and then you've got to play around with a window, like a touchscreen window, and get this bar into around 90%. And then you'll get these bonuses. So the optimal charge rate is going to be faster with this, but the instability is going to be minus 40%. So if you can get it in there, you're going to have optimal charge window minus 15%. So you're going to have a smaller window. The overcharge rate is going to be bigger, so it's going to be a lot faster. But your optimal charge rate is going to be faster as well if you get this on. And your instability is going to be minus 40, so you're going to get your instability down on that as well. And then with the Sabre, you've got the optimal charge window is going to be minus 50, and the optimal charge rate is going to be minus 50, but the instability is going to be minus 75. And then you've got the Bomax, which is the resistance is going to be down 75, but your optimal charge rate is going to be slower, and your overcharge rate is going to be faster. And then the Stewart, optimal charge rate is going to be 100 plus, so it's going to be faster. The resistance is going to be minus 30, so your resistance is going down, but and your shatter damage is going to go down, but your instability is going to be up 15, and your overcharge rate is going to be 200%. So if you go in the red, then that's going to be real quick. So what I might do is get this one here, the optimal charge rate, and this one. So I'm going to buy that and stick that on my back, and okay that. Right.
Good purchase.
What have we got? Let's have a look. So I can grab that, and I'm going to have to put it on a backpack, so I'll have to buy a backpack. And what I need to do is add these to my ship in a minute. So let me go and grab this here. This undersuit here. I don't want to try it on. I want to buy it. It's fine. It's fine. Right, let me buy that. So I want to buy this undersuit here, or not the undersuit, the chest thing. Core. You know what? Probably just easy to go and buy it here. Okay, what we want to do is go to Armory and just buy that quick. Access, and then we want to buy the backpack, which is that. Quick buy that. We've already got an armor, so we don't need to worry about that. And that's all we need from that then. So let's close that. Right, so there we go. Oh, I did already buy it, didn't I? Let's have a look. Yeah, so if I stick that on and I stick that on, then I can grab that then and stick that underneath. As you see there, it just sits underneath then. So I can grab that and put that onto the rock, and you'll see the little screen that you've got to play with on that. So what we need to do now is add these modules to our ship. So we do that, we press F1, we go to our loadout management, and then we go to Prospector here, and then we'll get our things come up here. Give a little bit of time. Come on, Prospector. You know you want him. Prospector. So let's just head back upstairs. What I'm going to do is, while I'm waiting for that to sort itself out, I'll go upstairs here to show you this. So once you land with your Prospector and put it away, you will come up here into this area, and you've got this section here. You can go to all sales, and you can choose your shape. And if you've got nothing with any ores in it, you won't be able to pick anything. But if you do, you can pick your prospector here if you've got stuff in it, and then you can then sell that, and it'll tell you how much you can sell that raw material for. The other option you've got, you'll get less money doing that than you will doing this. The other option you've got is to log into here.
See anything you like?
And what you will do is you'll hit begin, and you'll pick your prospector, and it'll tell you what you've got cargo wise. And then what you'll do is you'll pick a job, and you'll get given choices on what type of job you want them to do, and you'll pick which materials you want them to refine for you, and then you'll pick from a list of things of methods, and some methods will have better yields than others, and we'll go through that once I get to that and having to do this thing itself. Then that will give you a time, you pay some money to get it processed, and then you wait that time, you come back say like in a day's time, and that'll be processed for you. You then pick that up and put it on a cargo ship, and then you go and sell that at the TDDs and places like that. So that's that. Let's get off that. So we'll discuss that more when we're ready. So let's see if this prospector's working now. Select shape. Prospector. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head upstairs, pull out another shape, and see if I can access it that way, and then if it does, then hopefully that triggers it. So I'll meet you back upstairs. Right, so I'm up here, and what I'm going to do is, I'm in anticipation of having cargo, I'm also going to bring a cargo ship over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my Max and get that delivered over here. And I'll bring my Pisces, because that'll be the ship, when I leave the Prospector here, the Pisces will be the ship I move around in. So I'll bring that over here as well.
Your insurance claim has been settled.
Yeah, 300 on that.
Moved to our storage facility.
Okay,
Please visit us
so
again.
let's see what we've got now, see if we can do anything now. Go here, let's have a look what we've got. So we've got the Pisces, see if that comes up. So that's coming up now, the Pisces is coming up, so hopefully the Prospector does now as well. Hopefully that triggered it. There we are. So simple fixes. So we've got a flare, which we can add stuff to. We've got the mining laser, system, paints, vehicle weapons, and utilities. So this is where we'll put our stuff on the laser itself. I wonder if I've still got the, what's it called?
Welcome to the aUEC vehicle retrieval system.
Prospector. Prospector.
Vehicle
So I'm going to
selected.
bring it out, and then I'm going to put
Stand
it away.
by.
See if that fixes it.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the aUEC
So you can't put
vehicle
stuff onto
retrieval
your
system.
ship, like upgrades, unless it's put away and stored. So I'm just going to try and restore it and see if that triggers anything. Once that sorts out, there we are.
Please visit us again.
Okay, so let's try again. Up here, up here. Let's try the Prospector. Freelancer Max. ICs. Huh. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that. Let's try the ICs. There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Prospector. So it's going to let me change the... Oh, there's the mining laser there. I'm not too sure why it's got hidden there. So there's the mining laser there. So we've got an Arbor MH1 mining laser on there, and we can change it to the Lancet here. So we're going to do that. And then we've got, with this, 3 empty slots on this that we could put on. So I could have put another one on, another module on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a Brandt on the first one. And what you do is you press your numbers 1, 2, and 3 if you need to activate them. So the Brandt one, which is an active one, I have to activate by pressing number 1 on my keyboard, and that will activate the Brandt one. But the other one that I've got here, this Riga here, is a passive one, so I don't have to press anything for that one. But I've got a 3rd empty slot, so I'm just going to grab something else from downstairs and put that on. So let's save that, and let's go and get something else from downstairs. One sec. I'll meet you downstairs.
Until further notice.
Okay, so here we are, going back in. Let's go and grab this. And again, we'll pick utilities, personal weapons, I think it is. No, it's utilities, and it's mining modules. And so I want another passive one, so I think I've got the Riga 2, which is this one, which is going to give me a bigger window. So I might take this one and get the resistance. Takes the instability up, but I might take this one just to bring that resistance back down from that there. But then we've still got the bigger optimal window. So I'll grab that, and so then we've got better resistance for the bigger rocks. Or should I go for the Riga 2? I'm not too sure. So we have a bigger window. We'll go for that. Okay, so we'll buy that one. Stick that on. I mean, you're going to have to experiment with what you want on that. So again, what I'll do is I'll do it from here on that, and hopefully this time it just selects it. Prospector. No. Okay. ICs. It's weird, isn't it? How it does that. So the workaround from that is to go to ICs first, let it come up here. Once it comes up here, then go and choose your prospector. There we are. We'll go to utilities, and we'll the 3rd one, and we'll put on the in use there. We'll put on the focus and add that to number 2 there. Number 3, should I say? So we've got a mining head with better stats and 3 modules. One of them active, which we have to press, and 2 of them passive, which we don't have to do anything, and it just brings them bonuses to it. So that's that. So let's go and get the ship out, and let's go and head over to... There we are. Now, the thing to remember is this is one of the dangerous things,
Welcome
but
to
the only
base
thing you'll
of
lose
vehicle
here is
retrieval
time
system.
and your modules. So if you get blown up, then you have to rebuy the modules. That's what you won't lose the mining head, but the modules that you put into the mining head, you will have to
Vehicle
rebuy.
selected. Stand
Also, the Brant one, the one where we have to fire it, the active one, that gets 5
Your
uses,
vehicle
and then
has
you
been
have to
delivered the following location.
rebuy another one of them, basically. Some people will bring 2 and carry one on the ship, so they've got a spare one, depending on how much mining they're doing. But yeah, so that's up to you. But I'm just going to show you basically the basics of what we're doing here. And then I encourage you to go and look at other videos on this and just see basically from the other things and how to get to the Iron Belt if you want to go to the Iron Belt itself. So there's the new mining laser there, and the modules will be in there somewhere. So let's go here and find the door. So like I said, I haven't upgraded the units in here, so the quantum drive and stuff. What I would do is go and get a quantum drive, like I said, the military one, which is going to give me 2-second spool up. But there's a video, I think it's number 4 in this series, if you go to the playlist, of how to upgrade modules, and you can go and look at that there. How to upgrade modules and where to find them and stuff like that. So let's do this. And what we're going to do now is we are going to head over to Artcorp, Lyria, and we're just going to hang around Lyria basically. And basically what I'll do is I'll just hang around this area. This is where I'll keep my Prospector, and I'll just go mine here, and then I'll come back to here and leave my Prospector here, mine this, refine the stuff, take it over to here to sell. Basically, that's basically the route I will be taking. So let's do that. Over to Lyria. Let's go. Vito.
Affirmative.
Retract landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
Landing gear up.
Okay. So where we are.
Thank you, and please visit
Wait
again.
for that to spool. See the quantum drive like spooling up. So the aim of this is once you find the rock you want to mine, the rule of thumb for everybody is set your quantum jump marker back to this base here, so that once you start, you're not messing around wasting time trying to find your quantum marker. And if you need to get out there quick, also once you, like I say, once you start hoovering up the shards, then you've got 15 minutes. You're on a 15-minute timer. So I'm being interdicted right now. Means there's someone around going to try and pull me out of quantum. Let's have a look at the name. It's an Aegis Eclipse just hanging around here. I'll just jump straight back. I'm not getting the interdiction thing come up, so, and there's an arc. So none of them can take cargo, so they're probably waiting for pirates around that area.
Quantum travel complete.
So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Lyria.
Quantum travel engaged.
And once we get to Lyria, I'll explain how we're going to find the places we want to find, and just basically the whole system of mining. And it's pretty easy. It's like the other two, where you have pretty like a skilled game where you're just rolling your mouse up and down to get the power and just keeping it in the green area, but they're on the opposite side this time. So now we're here at Lyria. What we will do is we'll pick somewhere, so somewhere that's probably not going to have a lot of people going around it, and we want to try and be in the sun. So I might pick over here, this one here, tubing processing facility here. And what I'll do is once I get there, I'll head in a different direction and come away from it. And I said at this point I'm going to press P and turn off my weapons, just to bring my signatures down a little bit. So here we are, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn away from here and try and find somewhere else.
Quantum travel complete.
So the best places to find the rocks we're looking for is over near mountains and then a flat piece of land. So over here basically. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our quantum off and we're going to press V. And you have, by rolling your mouse up and down in V mode, you have your field of view. So you see it's at 360 and then at 2 there. So we start off at 360 and we do a ping by pressing tab. And what will happen is you will get a load of like boxes will come up. As you see, there's one that's 13 kilometers behind us. So as we start coming in, we'll start getting some of these boxes come up. And once we get the boxes, we'll basically take our field of view down to 2, and then we'll do another scan on that. And you see the little diamond that appeared there. Basically what we're looking at is we want 2 of those to be around each other. And if they all disappear, just take your field of view back up to 360 and do another ping. And what we want to do is we're looking at 2. You'll find 2 diamonds next to each other. Quantanium will spawn in singles, but other rocks will never spawn as 2 next to each other, right next to each other. So you'll know if there's 2 right next to each other, then they're going to be Quantanium. So we'll just keep going along until we find the 2. There's 1. Let's take our field of view up again, ping again, and let's start going in. What I'm going to do is just push forward. Just go forward towards these mountains here, and just I want to try and keep around this sort of high. Press V again, take a field of view up and scan again. Now this is going to be the time consuming part of it, the whole process of this. So here, so we take that view down, I'm going and scan. Scan that. So you see the signatures on the side, 1700. If they're higher than that, then they're going to be the rock mining, the little rock mining truck thing, signatures, or it could be salvage. So you're going to be looking at 1700 signatures. That's what I need to do is come out of V mode and turn my thing down again, just so I've got a bit more speed. Back into V mode. And scan again, get these up, and then scan these again at 2. So there's 1 there, 1 there, back here. No. again, we'll do another scan, another long scan, smaller scan. There's just a one long scan. Like I say, you'll find them near mountains, but in the flat areas. So what I might do is go back in the air and maybe jump to another area. So turn V off, fly up. My quantum on, just so everything turns blue again, and then maybe jump to another location. So what we've got here, launch pad, let's jump to that.
Quantum travel engaged.
So we might be on the dark side here, but that's fine. We can still do it. I prefer to be on the light side, but it's not too bad.
Quantum travel.
So again, we don't want to be moving towards launch pad. We don't want to be going towards it. We want to sort of be moving away from it. So let's scan, see if we can find where the mountains are. And so there's a couple of signatures here. Let's just try them anyway. So we press V, take our field of view down and try these signatures. If not, we can press M, and that will give us some scan results as well
Mining mode on.
as we get close to it. And you can see we've got the modules there at the side. So it's scanning, and that's granite. It's not scanned it proper. Maybe it was just two separate signatures. Scanning. So we've got, that's not what we want. We're after Quantanium. But I can talk to you about this stuff here while we're here anyway. So if I press F. So on here you've got your charge level. Then you've got your window. And obviously, like I was saying, with them, one of these having the bigger window. Can't remember this one here, the optimal charge window plus 8%. That makes this window bigger. And this resistance is, you'll see here, it's resistance, so it's taking its resistance up by 5. But with your other modules, you've got like this one, the instability is going to be minus 75, and the overcharge rate is going to be minus what's it called. So this is going to be quicker or slower going through. So, and obviously with the mining head, we've got other aspects that help this. So this rock will be quite easy to crack, and its instability is only 0.05. So the line going up here is going to be quite stable going up, so we'll be able to hold it around here. But if the instability is up, like say that's 0.55, then the line is going to be bouncing like this, and it's going to be quite unstable. It's just going to be bouncing like this, the line. So when you get to here, if you've got a smaller green window here, optimal window, which you will get with more materials, like say if you wanted like 20% Quantanium, you're going to have a smaller green window. And what will happen is this charge level will bounce between it. It'll bounce into it, bounce out of it, and then as it bounces out of it, the green starts going down again. And as you bounce over it, the red starts coming in. And if you've got red, any red showing on here, by the time this green charges up to here, it will damage the rock and damage some of the material in it. Or if you've got full red here, it'll just blow the rock up and you'll get nothing in. If you're too close to it, it'll blow your ship apart as well. So yeah, and you'll see over this side here the outer range and the effective ranges and stuff like that. So let's move forward, and you'll see as you go forward, the outer range will start changing, and it'll start going into insufficient, and then you get to a point of sufficient, and then to the point of optimal once you get close enough in. So I thought I'd just show you that there, and then basically you would press your left mouse button to fire your laser, and you roll your mouse up, and as you roll your mouse up, you'll see like the optimal charge level starts going up basically. As you see that charge level going up, and it's really stable, that charge level on this rock. And then basically once you get into the green, that green will start going up as well. And that's basically what you're doing. You're basically going to get that charge level up into the green. Once it's in the green, you'll bring your laser intensity down, and from there then basically you will break the rock into parts, and then what you'll do is you'll scan each part and see how much quantanium is in each part, and then you'll break those rocks apart until the point they turn purple. Where you've got this orange outline here, they'll turn purple, that outline, and once they turn purple it means you can then extract them. And basically what you'll do is look for the numbers, the bigger numbers, so you'll get some that'll have 100% quantanium in, and you extract them, and once you start extracting you're on a 15-minute timer. And as you see now we're in the green, and that I'll just let that green go up, and you'll see I'll bring my laser down a little bit, and you'll see as that goes in, it just cracks, and it should turn my laser off at the same time. And that just cracks into bits there, and then you'll see then you've got different shards, and if it turns purple basically it means you can then start extracting that shard. But what you'll do is you'll just scan each one, like that one's going to scan now and tell me what I've got in each section. And that's 100% inert material, so I wouldn't take that. And then you go across and go through each one. So there we go. So that's how we do actual mining itself. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that away, I'm going to press V, and I'm going to go and look again for the right rock. We want a rock that has lots of orange hanging out of it. And you'll know when we find one. So you saw there, 2 came up around here. If it's not 2 signature boxes, then it could be what we want. See here, there's 2 here on this one, so that could be one here. This top one here. Because there's 2 next to each other, it's a high chance it's going to be quantanium. Top of here. And there we are. You see the gold orangey colour. So that's what we're after. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these. We're going to turn the V off, mining mode on, and we'll explain more about this as we come into it. So this is quantanium. This is what you want. And you see that's a mass of 5,000, which is about what we want. But we want a quantanium percentage of around 20. So that's 3, so that's not a great percentage. So let's have a look what we've got in here. So this is a 7, and it's going to have a high quantanium level, 13. So it's going to be hard to get this rock done because of its resistance, because of its size and its resistance being 0.5. But we can give it a go. But I've got a feeling we may not get through this one, but we'll give it a go for sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit it, and you can always tell. I'm going to turn my light off. You can always tell the so there we go, the resistance has dropped down now because of the laser itself, so that's good. So let's get some power into this, and then what I'll do is I'll press 1 once we get near that green or in the green to keep that laser from bouncing. And you'll see there the laser is bouncing at the moment. You see it's bouncing on and off. So what I might do here is turn my laser off, actually, and turn my landing gear down and land next to this rock, and use my thing that my little device. So let's turn my engines off. Power shields.
Maximizing shields.
So I'm just making sure that my shields are maximized so that if I do get attacked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put this little module on my back onto the rock itself, so you can see that being done as well. So I'll press T. And as you see, it's on my back. So if I press C and C again. Okay, it's not C. Can't remember what it is. Is it 4? Yep, 4. So we'll go over and press on our trigger. Where can we put this? Oh. So we'll have a place to put this in a second. It lets me put it down. Why is it not letting me put it down? Not letting me put it down for some reason. There we are. Oh, there we are. So I've got to keep hold of the left mouse button. I'll put that in. Boom. That sticks it on the wall. We'll zoom into that. I'll turn my torch off. And we'll zoom into that. And what we've got to do here is we've got to get this wave up by up to 90%, and then we'll get the instability down. The overcharge rate will go up, but the optimal charge rate will be quicker, and the resistance is up by 10. So we could have done with one with less resistance, but at least if we can get it going, then we'll show. If we find it's too much, then we will bring this off. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these down until you get to around. We're just going to mess around with these until we get to around 90%. So let's take all these all the way down, and let's just go up with them. And we want it to be in around 90%. So that's going to start going down there. So 89. So 89 is where we want to be. There. And then we want to start bringing this one down. Keep that one up. Start bringing this one down. $90. We can get it better than 90. So 91. And then we activate on that. And that turns green. And the device is active. And once we blow this rock up, that will fall off and we can go and collect it again. So the resistance just went up a little bit, but everything else, or other things that we needed, went, like the charge rate went up, down, so it's going to be a lot quicker to get through it. And that's basically it. We lift back off. Engines on. And we'll lift off a little bit. And that's it. We'll pull back a little bit and we'll turn our laser on. And we'll put the power up. There we are. So the resistance now is 0.24. So we just got to find the place now for this to start going up. Start heating this rock up. You can get more powerful lasers, which will start churning through this quicker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly around it a little bit, see if I can find some spots. Start pulling this up. If not, I might take that module off it, but I wanted just to show you that module. Because that's adding to its resistance. Right, let's land. I'm just going to take that off. We take that off, that unit, and try and do it from there. Because the extra resistance that was adding on is not what's it called. So what we'd want is one with less resistance, taking some of that resistance off. Sure, I said launch sequence. So let's grab that and take it off. Oh. Turn the torch off. So we can see it. Let's deactivate it. And let's detach it. Take it off the wall and store that. There we are. It's fine. Let's go again and try and see if we get with this less resistance now. Hopefully that makes a bit of a difference. Let's take this up now. Let's see if we can start moving that charge level. This rock may be too big. We may need. See, we're better off with the what's it called? The smaller rock of around 5. Let me just get out of the seat and put that thing away. That's in my bag. So we may end up having to. Let's just get rid of that. Put it in there. It's the red light's doing. We may have to go looking for a smaller rock. Because with this laser, we want about 0.5. Why am I looking at that one? So we'll turn our light on again and look around. So there's the rock we was looking at. 7. I think 7's just a bit too much for this laser. So I think we're better off with the smaller one, but it has to have more quantanium in than the one we found over here. The quantanium in this one is just not enough. 3% quantanium is not a lot. So we need something with a bit more to it. So let's keep looking.
Mining mode off.
I can't see if that's 2 or 1. We'll fly over anyway. I say you know what you're looking for with the orange marks now. so you know when you fly over them. You'll know straight away whether you've seen one or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this forward to when I do find one. I'll let you know how long it took. So it looks like we've got another one here, 2 next to each other. I can't see how far apart they are. They look like big rocks though. And this is a normal pirate. So we'll see if he starts firing at me. So this is a AI pirate, this guy here. Looks like he's not doing too much at the moment. Right, so we're coming up to these rocks. As you see again, the Quantanium again.
Contact received.
So here he comes. So let's take my mining mode back in.
Mining mode off.
He's gone. Don't know where he's gone. Cool. That's all good.
Contact received.
Oh, there he is.
Mining mode on.
I may have to end up fighting this guy. So this is, again, it's too big, that one. That one's the right size. But it's only 4% on the Quantanium.
Contact received.
So I may end up having to fight that pirate there. We'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine this one. I know it's only 4%. What you are looking for is something around 20% to get some, what's it called? But I'm going to show you with this one anyway, with 4%. The more percentages, the smaller that green bar at the top there is. But I'm going to go and go ahead with this one anyway. So what I'm going to do, first thing, is I'm going to go to my star map. And I'm going to set ArcL1 and the forest station as my marker. And then I'm going to start mining. I'm going to go to sufficient optimal mode, fire my laser, start taking up my thing. And you see that green bar got bigger because of the extra things I had on. And you see now, like saying about 5 is about right. You see now with that charging level now slowly going up. And as you see, the stability I've got on this now is great. So it's only 4%. It's not going to be a big haul, this one, but at least it gets to show you what you have to do. The biggest, like I said, the biggest time is going to be going finding the right rock. So that charge level is going up slowly, and you'll hear the rock starting to rumble, and you'll see the markings start lighting up. All the cracks start lighting up as it heats up. And once we go into the green, I don't need to because it is quite stable, but I will fire off the brand, which will give it less instability as well, but take the overcharge rate down. So the overcharge rate will be slower, but it will be stable for 90 seconds. And you do that by pressing number 1 on your pad, on your keyboard, sorry. You see that line's coming close now. So if you want to be cracking bigger rocks, you want more stuff with less resistance, so you can bring that resistance down. And you see now it's in the green, it's going on. So if I press 1, we'll just take that off a minute, and there we go. The rock cracks. So it wasn't number 1 that I had to press. Is he coming in closer? No, he's coming in closer. Him. I may end up having to fight him. It wasn't one that I had to press. I'm going to check it quickly. Da, 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 da. Right, so it's left alt and 1. So if I press left alt and 1, that will do the module. So let's have a look. So we're going to scan this one, and this one has 32%. No, so it's got no quantanium in that, so we don't want that one. So let's have a look at this one underneath. Let's scan. That's got none in it as well. So next one, this big one here. So that's got 9% quantanium in that. And then we've got, you'll know if the green bit is small. So that's got 3%. So it's just this one here at 9% at the moment. So it means one of these is going to be a big chunk of quantanium. So that's only got 5.7, 0.57. So is it this back one? This one has got a lot in it. You can tell by the small green. Oh, so it's only got 6. So where is all that quantanium gone? Is it another rock nearby? There. That's only got 2%. Not that one, but this one here behind it. That one there has 2%. That has 6%. That has 9%. That has none. Any more for any more? There's one somewhere that has more. That one has 6%. That one has 0.5. That one has 3. was 2.5.
Contact received. Contact received.
0.5. 3. 2. 6. None. 3. So he probably might be one somewhere else. So that we'll go for this one first because it's got 9. So let's do that. Let's fire the laser at that. Let's turn that light on so we can see better. So let's break this one up at least. Oh, that's quick there. That was too quick. Right, it's going to blow the rock itself. Let's move away from that. So it blew the rock itself up, so that's why it's dangerous. And it sent another rock flying. That sent the one with nothing in it flying, so we don't need that. Right, but we blew the big one up, which wasn't good. So what we've got left, 3% in that one, 0.5 in that one, 6 in that one, 2 in that one, none in that one. So let's go for this one, which has got 6 here. So fire the laser. Be careful. I've got to just be a bit careful with my power this time because it went up really quick. Forgot about that. So let's tear that down. Take it down again. Up a little bit. We've got to find the balance now with this. And what I'll do is I'll take it up a little bit, take it down a bit, take it down. We want that to get rid of the red basically there now. So we'll take it back up and then take it down a little bit, and then what I'll do is I'll fire that bram. As you see now, that'll just keep it stable.
Contact received.
Again, it's just playing that game of keeping that in the green till that breaks up, which is done. That'll break up now, and then we'll move on to the next one.
Contact received.
And you see then they turn purple from there then.
Contact
So let's look to the next one. That's 2%. That's 0.5. Not even going to bother with that one. So there's a 2% there, and then there's the 0% there. So let's break up this 2% here. Again, let's get this going and start bringing that down. So we know we can keep it around stable around 4. So let's get it in there and then take it down to 6. 4, 0, so bring it that down. Keep it around 4 just to keep it stable. Let's fill up that green. Jump it down a bit because we're about to hit the red. Slowly go down. That should crack that. And what I'm going to do is, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to scan that one, and there's 3% in this one, so I'm going to set this one going as well. So let's keep that going. get that going up quick, and then bring it back down to around 4. 11, bring it up. In optimum. We know it's going to be around 4 is good, so we can keep it stable at 4. So let's get it in that green and then bring it back down to 4. Just keeping an eye on the enemy as well. So the next step is, once this one breaks up, is we scan and get all the higher number values before we start sweeping this stuff up. So let's start looking. So there's nothing in that one, so we don't care about that one. That one is all aluminium, so we're not too bothered about that at the moment. This one is 15% quantanium. Quantanium. Nothing in that. I want to scan them first, and then when you go over them again, the scan's done basically. So there's nothing in that one. So basically, when I go over that, straight away I know how much is in it. Scan this one. That took its time. Again, inert materials there. So it's like a lot of it is not really coming out.
Contact received.
Keep an eye on him. So 10%. Inert. So we don't want any of that. Aluminium. One of these should be quite high. It's not a big rock, but it's quite. You should have a lot of quantanium in it. Nothing in that one. So 7% in that one. But now we've got basically all the scans that we need to basically pick this stuff up. Oh, this one needs to be scanned. And what we're looking for is, we are looking for the most quantanium, so there's none in that one. None in that one.
Contact received.
So this one's got the most in it. So what we're going to do now is going to press the right mouse button,
Extraction mode on.
and we're going to go to just start extracting. So now we press and look at the time. So we've got 15 minutes. So as soon as I fire that, it'll start getting the numbers at the side there, how much quantanium in SCU we've got, and all the other stuff we've got. So we're just going to go through and check each one, what we've got on them. Nothing in that. Nothing in that. Nothing in that. Quantanium 15% on that one. On that one. I mean, we might not get a lot of money on this one because like there was such a small yield in it. Nothing on that one. Enough on that one. 10% on that one. So I could take the aluminium as well and sell that. Might not get a lot for it, but sell the ore. No, not enough in there. Take the quantanium, 7% on that one. So in there we've got 0.5 of aluminium, we don't need it. 36 aluminium, we take that. We just don't want to be filling up with inert materials, just rubbish basically. Same with the quartz on that one as well. We could take that because it's got a lot of quartz in it and a bit of aluminium. I mean, we've not got a lot of quantanium here, but which is what actually gives us the cash. But yeah, we're not going to take that because it's mainly inert stuff. And this one is one that I didn't scan. Quartz, we'll take that. Again, another one that didn't get scanned. Quantanium, we'll take that, and aluminium. Take the aluminium and quartz. Aluminium and quartz again. So we filled up there. Oh, don't tell me I missed a good one there. We got to do, I did. That's just aluminium anyway. But the storage is full. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head up to the space station. So turn that off, put our quantum on, and we're going to look up to the sky. And we're just going to head for that, basically, full speed, and just go. And this is why having a quick quantum spool would be good. And away we go. So let's look for the next one. Now, we've got some volatile cargo on board, but it's not a biggie. We've only got like two SCU, and we're about 5 minutes in from when we first started mining. Now, this isn't a great example of what you can earn from it. Like I said, we want about 20% of quantanium or more in the rock, and it's with the mining head we had there, 5%, 20%, around 5,000 in its weight, in its mass, and that means that mining head could get through it. You could stick on a more powerful mining head and go for the 7K ones that we saw with the more quantanium in them. But I just wanted to show you how to mine basically, and you can go out there and practice, and you can practice with bigger heads. Sometimes I struggled with the more powerful heads and I ended up blowing the rock up when I first started out, so that's why I stuck with what I had there. I think I'm at the point now where I will be able to manage a more powerful head. But I just wanted to show you that and what we create from there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to land this, and I'm going to go back to the refinery, and I'm going to go and refine this. And like I say, we can just sell the ore if we want, or we can actually refine it and get what we want from the materials refined, and then we'll get more then that we can put on to our cargo ship and sell. So what I would do is I would tend to come back here, start doing the refine process, and then go back out and do another load, and come back, put that in for process, come out and do another load. You can stick on the bigger mining head and try that if needed.
Quantum travel complete.
we are. We're at 7 minutes. Now we've got to take this really slow. We've got to get this ship stored. So let's fly over the top. Let's take our landing gear, put our VTOL on.
Landing gear down.
And then once that arm assist, inside the arm assist, we should be alright and we can just request landing. Now we've got about 5 minutes left, so we are good. Alright, so we're in the arm assist. Let's start pulling our speed down.
Please proceed to assigned
That's
landing
it.
bay.
Shot past it there and wasted a lot of time. So you see my cargo's becoming unstable now because I think we're hitting that 10-minute mark. Yeah, about to hit that 10-minute mark. So it's going to become unstable. We've got to get in and get it thinged, and that becomes more and more
Request is already
annoying.
been
That
granted.
alarm. Hopefully we don't get no aggro here now.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. This has already been granted.
And this is the time now where you've got to be careful, because this is it now. Just being careful, land carefully. There we are. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
You are blocking an active flight lane. Please vacate the vicinity.
But I'm not, am I? So this may end up putting my ship away from it. So it should be good. This puts my ship away, it'll be good.
Ship storage
Jump
procedure.
out.
For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
So let's get this done. It may end up putting my ship away if I don't get there in time.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your
We'll see if we
cooperation.
can get it put away or not.
Welcome to the aUEC
May have
vehicle
already been
retrieval
put away now.
system.
Prospector has got claim. So yeah, I think they've vehicle
Please
impounded,
visit
that's
us
fine.
again. Goodbye.
So the ship's safe now, it's impounded. It's been put away, so the cargo's safe. And what we're going to do now is going to head down to the refinery. And we're going to go and refine some of this stuff. And I'm not expecting to make massive amounts of money here because we only got 1.5 SCU of Quantanium. The rest of it was quartz and other stuff, so we're not going to make a massive amount. But you should understand now the hub mining process. Looking for the size of rocks you need. I said with the mining laser I had, it needed to be around 5,000, but we needed a 20% yield in it. So what we can do is we can go to ore sales here,
Good to have you back.
and we can select our prospector.
See anything you like?
Okay, there we are, prospector, and it tells us what we've got in basically Quantanium. We've got 5%, which is going to cost us that much. That much if we want to sell it. So we're only gonna make 9 grand from all that if we sell it that way. So what we want to do is want to go to here and begin and select the prospector, and so we are full, and only a little bit of that is inert, so we don't need to worry about that. select the Prospector, set up a work order. So we've got Quantanium, quartz, inert materials we don't need to worry about, and the aluminium. So we can then refine all of this. You can choose to just do the Quantanium if you want and not bother about the rest. If you've got like loads of Quantanium and just little bits of this stuff, say if you had, 25 lots of Quantanium, then or 32 lots of Quantanium, and the rest of it was just inert materials or aluminium, quartz and stuff like that, you can just choose to not do them. So what we're going to do is you've got all different methods. I'm going to put a thing in the description on these methods, and the method I generally choose is the Dynix method. And basically what we'll do is we'll go get a quote for that, and that's going to take 23 hours and 16 minutes, and there's going to be our yield. So you can see there we're going to have better yields from it, so it's going to take a little bit of it away on each one, and it's going to take 23 hours. So if I was to change that now to a different one like Cormac and get a quote, you'll see that yields go down massively, but the processing time is a lot better. So basically it's just a matter of going through and deciding what you want with each of these. So that's going to take 3 hours and do about the same type of yield as the other one. So I can do that one and then come back to that in a couple of hours. So if I go back to that, let's just check a couple of them, get quote on that. So that's 142. Get a quote on that. 117. And the Ferron, quote on that. 168 with 7 hours. And the XR, get the quote on that. 117 with 14 minutes. So you've got to decide how fast you want it and whether you want to lose some of this stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just choose one that's close like that, which is a 3 hour one. That'll do me. I'll confirm that and basically set that work order up, and we basically pay a certain amount for that to do that. And then in 4 hours time that will be all done and we can pick that up, and then what you'll do is you'll select your freelancer max there, and you'll basically say how much you want to put in that freelancer max. So that is that. And what I need to do is have a drink, which I've got here somewhere, I think, in the local. No, I'll go and buy one. And so that's that. So we you get the grasp of that and the modules and stuff like that.
Hey,
that module that I put on the rock itself.
See anything you
Now
like?
there is different modules that you can buy at other places as well, and I'll put a list of the modules and stuff like that. I'll put like a link to a site that does tell you more about the modules and the mining heads and stuff like that in the description. So hopefully that helps you out. So yeah, so hopefully that shows you a bit about the ship mining, and obviously the other two bits was the hand mining and the rock mining and what we went from there. So yeah, so we hope you like this video, guys, and hope you enjoyed it and hope you got some information out of it, and you can go out there now and start learning to do some mining yourself. Mining can be profitable. What I'm going to do is at the end of this, I'll pin on the end of this one when I come back in 4 hours and see how much we earned from that. I can't remember how much it was to do the job. I'll look back at the video and check that, and then tell you basically how much we earned from the job itself. So yeah, so we hope you like this one, guys, and we'll move on to when we sell this stuff. We'll see you soon. So guys, here we are back. I'm going to go and check on this work order. So it's currently being processed. Let's have a look how long we've got left. 7 minutes 25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some stuff I've just been doing, and then it's not going to be 7 minutes, but I'm going to talk about some stuff I'm going to do it, and then I'll jump to the point where this is done. You can see it's almost done. We can actually end it here if we wanted and just collect it and put it on the ship. But we might as well finish it off. There's only 6 to do on that one, and these. I'm not too bothered about these, but we'll finish off and see what we get anyway. So let's jump off and I'll show you what I've just been doing. So in the ship itself, I went and bought a module, mining laser head, and some other new bits. So what I've done is I bought the more heavier mining head, so with more power, so that I can go after the bigger rocks. So if I show you, so I bought the Lancet MH1 mining laser here. It was 51,000 to buy it, and this one here. And if we look at it on here down at the bottom, where are we? Lancet, back. No, not the Lancet, sorry, the impact mining laser head here. Make that. So make sure I've got these. So we want the impact mining laser head here, and you'll see it's a thermite laser head, size 1, same ranges, but it's more powerful. Whereas the first one we had was only this one was only 1400, and then this one's 1850. So this one is, you know, 400, around 400 more in its power transfer. Its instability goes up by 10%, and it's, where are we? No, let's go back to that one. Impact mining laser, yeah. So its instability goes up by 10, and its resistance goes down by 25%. Its optimal charge window is 30% bigger, and its optimal charge rate is faster, so the going through the green is faster. But the overcharge rate, the red, is also faster by 1/2. And the shatter damage is 75% more. So if it does blow up, it's going to be a lot bigger explosion and do more damage. And yeah, could do a lot of damage, so don't get too close, basically. It's got 3 module slots, as you see on here. So, I'll come back onto this. Got the 3 module slots, and its extraction rate is 4 SCU per second. So yeah, so basically it's for going after the bigger rocks, but you've got to be careful because it is a bit more dangerous. And then in the modules, I'm going to put the Brant on there, which is going to give it more stability, as you saw holding that line in a more stable position. But it's going to give me more signature, people seeing me when I'm mining, and it lasts 90 seconds. So we're going to do that one. And in the second one, we're going to put in the optimum module, and the optimum module here is going to give us the optimal charge. The green window is going to be up by 75% again. The instability will be up again a bit, but that's why we've got the Brant. And the signature size goes up again as well, and that lasts 90 seconds. And then the final slot we're going to put in is the Rhaegar C2. And this wall will just open up that green window again, but it has a little bit more resistance as well. But that being said, we should have a big green window now, which is going to be, so that bouncing is not going to be as bad, but we have got the Brant to stop that bouncing as well. So that's what I'm going to do with this. It says the changes depending on to show why. Let's go back and see. Could just be the website itself. Let's go back to Prospector. Hopefully it's set that. It seems to sometimes set it but not show it. So yeah, we've got the impact on there, and the Brant, the Optimum, and the Rhaegar. So we're all good. So that's that done. And the other thing I was going to do is go and have a look at the devices down here. So what I need to do is jump back onto this machine and just go through some of these devices again. So as you saw, I did put a device on, but it added more to it, more resistance to it. So this time I'm going to have a look at what else there is and see what we can get from that. So let's have a look at these gadgets. So the aUEC is going to give a minus 40 stability, but the optimal charge rate, and the optimal charge rate is going to be faster. But the resistance is going to go up by 10%, and the optimal charge window is going to go down by 15%, and the overcharge rate is going to be a lot faster. So that could be a good one, because it's going to bring that instability down again, but make the charge rate faster, which counteracts the charge rate being slow when we have the Brant on. But again, its resistance is 10, and the overcharge, if we do go in the red, it's going to go flying really fast in that overcharge rate, so we do have to be careful. So the Sabre optimal charge window is going to be smaller, but the charge rate is going to be smaller, but the instability is going to be a lot less. It's not going to bounce as much. So that could be a good one, the Sabre, to bring the instability down if we didn't have the Brant. So we could put that on instead of the Brant. But we've got the Brant at the moment for that. The Bormax is going to give 75% less resistance. The optimal charge rate is going to be a lot slower though, and the overcharge rate is going to be faster. So that could be a really good one to have, just to bring that resistance down, so we make sure we do get those bigger rocks. Because once we get it stable in the green, it's fine. And then this is going to give minus 30 on the resistance. Optimal charge rate is going to go a bit faster. The shatter damage is going to go down a lot, which counteracts the 75% of that the mining head. But the instability is going to be up by 15%, and the overcharge rate is going to be 200%. That could be a good one if we can make sure we have a large green area. And you can buy more than one of these, by the way, and put these on. So yeah, so we could try something like this one, which is going to give us minus 30 and give us a faster rate. But for me, I think once you're in the green zone, if you've got it in a decent place, it doesn't matter the thing anyway. So we could go for that one there, or that one there. That one there, resistance. I think this one will be a good one. I think the Bormax will be a good one. So I'm going to buy the Bormax. I don't know if that's what I bought last time. I think I might have bought the Sabre or the Stalwart, but I'll buy the Bormax. Let's do that. So that's cool. So there we are. We see the refinery work is now finished. So I didn't expect to be 7 minutes doing this explanation, but there we are. I was. Sorry about that, guys. But I wanted to go through some more little bits with you. Right. So I'm ready to go out on another thing. By the way, I could sell these if I needed to as well. But that's up to you whether you want to do that. So let's go and have a look at this job and get this stuff going, sell this stuff. So let's do this. So there we are, it's complete. So what you're going to do is, it's complete. We're going to choose our ship that we want to put it in. So basically it's 25 units we've got here, and we collect all that, put it all into the max, and that's all delivered. So when we pick up our max now at the thing, it will have that cargo in it. So let's go down there and sort this out.
Need a hazmat team to head down to the subdeck. We got a chem spill.
And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press I, and I'm going to take this backpack off and put it here, because I don't want to be carrying this around. I only want to grab this once. I only grab this once it's if it lets me. No. Okay. It's not letting me at the moment. We'll give it a minute and then we'll try again. I don't want to be taking this out with me when I'm doing other stuff. I want to just be able to leave it here so that when I come back here to do mining, because I'll only come to this station when I'm doing mining, then we want to only be picking up the backpack then. We don't want to be carrying it around with us while we're not doing the mining. So is he going to let me do it now? Still not letting me do it. So I wonder if I can just grab my suit itself. There we are. Now it's going to let me. There we are. So that stuff is in there now.
But cautious of any hostiles still hiding in system.
The Xeno threat's just starting. So we'll go and grab this max now, and we'll head over to Area 18 to sell this and see what we get from it. So where are we at? There's the freelancer max. There we are. Let's grab that.
Stand by.
time. A lot of people, I think, have come on for this
Your
scene
vehicle
already. That's
has
just
been
started.
delivered to the following
So it's in number
location
2.
again. Goodbye.
So let's go down to number 2. I'm not going to touch that lift because it looks a bit dodgy. So we're in hangar 2. Let's sort this out. What I'll do is, I'm not going to go into that lift until it opens. There we are. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to go down to the ship, show you inside the ship, and as I start leaving, I'll just jump it towards coming into Area 18. So there's the max. I can put 120 SCU on there, so I could get, well, if say if I got 30 units of SCU, then I could... it's a bit weird that it's not showing it. Hopefully I get down there and it is still on the ship. Once I start coming in, I'll what's it called from there. But if I was to get, say, this 33 units on a Prospector, then I could do 1, 2, 3, 4 trips with a Prospector to fill up the max. And then once I come and fill the max up, go and sell that, especially if it's all Quantanium. If I just mainly concentrate on the Quantanium, it'd be worth a lot of money, millions. Right, let's do this. Right, so I'm going to jump to Arcot, Area 18. So yeah, we've landed. Go and put the ship away. And go and sell our goods.
Trap now approaching.
So okay, here we are, coming up to the main area in Arcot, Area 18. And we're going to go over to the TDD, which is to the right here. We come through. Trade and Development Department. Division. And in here we should be able to sell our goods and see what we've got. Now I'm not expecting a big chunk because it was all mainly titanium and quartz. And we didn't get a lot of Quantanium. If it had been Quantanium, we would have got quite a decent haul. So let's have a look what we got. So we're going to choose the max. Get on to max. Wait for it to figure itself out. If you get this situation, sometimes you can just close that down, come away, maybe even try a different one. But coming back to it sometimes can help. So select inventory, freelancer max. Sometimes it can just be a pain and just take a little bit of time. So this is all the stuff it's going to sell. So 129 a unit of aluminium it'll buy. And titanium 889 per unit. And quartz, yeah, 154 per unit. Waiting for it to catch up. One of the fixes in the bug fixes for this was basically just to walk away from it and come back. It just seems to do it sometimes. Don't know why. And then it just kicks in. There we are, like that. So we've got Quantanium, 2 units of Quantanium, and we'll get 8,000 for that, for each one of those. So we're going to get 17 grand just for the Quantanium. So if we're getting 8,000 per SCU of Quantanium, if we'd got 30 units after the refinery and stuff like that, if we'd have got around 30 units, you can imagine 30 times 8 grand. You know, it's going to be a hefty chunk of money. So you can see the you know the thing of that. So we've got 17.6 for that. Accept that. Let that catch up again. So you can hear my cat rummaging. So we've got 7 units of quartz. So we're going to sell that for 1,000.8.08. Confirm. So that puts us on 18 grand. And then we've got the aluminium here, which we're going to sell for 2,200. 1920. About 21 grand we made from all of that. Not a lot. And we spent, I think it was 4,000 to refine it. So that's something I didn't mention earlier. When we was doing the refining stuff, and the times was different, the yields were different and the times were different. Also the prices were different. I noticed the 24-hour one that gave the best yield was only 700 credits to actually do. So also look at the price. So if you feel like you're going to get a good yield in 4 hours, but you're going to pay 4 grand for it rather than 700, is that 3,000 cost to get it 20 hours earlier worth the yield that you get? You're going to get around the same yield. It's just that it's going to be 4 hours quicker for 4 grand basically. So you say if you was making 200,000, 300,000 or something on the Quantanium, you know, it is definitely worth it to do it in a quicker time. But that's your call. To have a look at the times, the yields, and the cost, and just make that decision for yourself. So that's that, guys. We made about 21 grand from that, and yeah, so not a massive haul, but you can actually earn an absolute fortune from mining if you can get the right Quantanium levels. Now we came across a couple of rocks that were 7,000 in mass, and obviously we couldn't break them because the mining laser we had was too weak. So now I've got a new mining laser, but Wood should be able to do those, and you could just basically do the same, practice until you get to the point where you're comfortable with the bigger mining lasers, and then go for them bigger rocks. So yeah, so that's that, guys. We hope you like this video, guys. If you did like this video, don't forget to take that punch and tickle that like button, and don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe notification for more videos as we drop them. Also, the code dropping down, if you use that code when you go to create an account with CIG, RSI, it'll give you 5,000 credits and push me up in them rankings. And just check out the description, guys, for the Discord link and the org link that we've got going on, and memberships if you want to join the YouTube memberships. And we've also got subscriptions, memberships for Discord as well, just to help out the channel if you want to help out the channel further. We appreciate all you guys that come in, leave comments, leave the thumbs ups, leave the thumbs downs. We appreciate everybody and their opinions, and we absolutely love doing this. And yeah, so we'll see you guys out in the verse.